first, let's get the latest on the political race. NBC national correspondent Peter Alexander is outside. He's with the town hall crowd, and he's got the latest on the Republicans. Hey, Peter, good morning.
Hey, Matt and Savannah, good morning to you. Just another day at the office, right? The suspense in this race is whether Donald Trump can get to 1237, that magic number of delegates needed to clinch the nomination. It may be 2 or 3 more months before we know that answer, as Trump returned to his combative form on the trail. Donald Trump beaming with confidence.
Being presidential is much easier than being the way I am. It takes much less energy.
Again laying into the RNC.
This whole thing with delegates is rigged. It's a rig. I mean, to me, even though they don't even count it, I'm winning by millions of votes. Millions of people have signed on to vote for Trump.
Looking to run up the score in the next 5 Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states next Tuesday, Trump's now back to blasting Ted Cruz.
We got Lion Ted Cruz. There is no path for Lion Ted Cruz to get the nomination. He's out.
Just hours after dropping the name-calling.
Senator Cruz.
Overnight saying it would have been undignified to mock Cruz on election night with so many people watching. And even as he attacks his potential Democratic opponent,
we have crooked Hillary.
Trump's now entertaining the idea of a truce with the Clintons. Will personal lives be fair game?
I hope not. I don't look to. I certainly would like to keep that out if possible. There will be retaliation unless it's fair.
Trump advisors in this internal memo of talking points, claiming the campaign can reach 1,400 delegates, well more than the number needed to clinch the nomination. Meanwhile, Ted Cruz is facing a math problem, just days away from mathematical elimination, now publicly acknowledging he can't clinch before Cleveland.
Nobody's getting 1237. Donald knows that. We're headed to a contested convention.
That argument offering John Kasich an opening, his campaign tweeting now that Cruz is mathematically eliminated, the only difference between him and Kasich is Kasich can defeat Clinton. The Ohio governor sounding irritated when asked about taking a VP slot.
I'm not running for anybody's vice president, man. I'm going to be the nominee. Thank you.
And new this morning, NBC News has confirmed that Donald Trump will give his first formal policy speech next week in Washington, D.C., focusing on the relationship between economics and foreign policy. He's going to be doing it for the first time with teleprompters. In fact, he had a pair of teleprompters brought into his office this week to practice. And campaign aides tell me he'll also be hiring a speechwriter. Matt and Savannah, that's another Trump first.
But he's still tweeting, Peter, and I just saw one this morning where he says that Kasich and Cruz, time to get out of the race.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Of course, at this point, it's all but obvious that he's the only one that can get to that 1237 number. But that's what Ted Cruz and John Kasich have said for most of this campaign in one form or another. They realize that he's the only one that could win at the convention on the first ballot. They're hoping that on later ballots, folks who had supported Trump and others will realize they better come over to the other side and support those two, one of them at least, to become the nominee.
All right, Peter, thank you.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.